Welcome to the Wrestling Replay. I am Kato here with your SmackDown replay for the week. I hope all is well out there in the wrestling community. Right now we have a long and exhausting election process going on right now, but don't worry, we have wrestling to take us away from all of that, all right? So let's go ahead and get into the SmackDown card. We had a pretty decent show. Wasn't bad at all. I think we have a lot more advancement in storylines. Some things I'm a little confused about. Some things I'm happy to see. So let's start off with the Sasha Banks and Billie match, who actually had the first match of the night, and they did not disappoint once again. It's clear and it's obvious that Sasha Banks and Billie has great chemistry in the ring, and they put on another great match with great storytelling in between the ropes. The two went at it soon as the bell rang. I mean, the aggression is still there from Bayley. The aggression is still there from Sasha Banks. Sasha Banks, of course, is the champion, but she was put on the sidelines by her best friend. And it showed in the match that still bothered her, and they still have some hatred, a lot more hatred towards each other. So it may be over now, but I doubt that we have seen the last of Banks and Bayley. But definitely for the near future, it will probably be put on ice. Now, after the match is where things really got interesting, as Billie was going, back to the back and celebrating her victory, her win. She was attacked from behind by no one other than Carmella. We've been seeing Carmella for weeks now doing her promo videos and, things of that nature. Today, she has made her physical presence known and put the SmackDown women's roster and the SmackDown champion on notice. So we may be looking at Sasha Banks' next competitor for that women's title. I like Carmella's new look that she flaunted. I like it a lot. Got rid of that one piece and, really spiced up the outfit a little bit. That was pretty cool. I like that. Now on to the part I was a little bit confused on. So Jey Uso and Roman Reigns has one of the best storylines going on right now in the world of wrestling, period, right? So Jey Uso is in the back, and he's doing an interview with Kayla Braxton when Paul Heyman pretty much intervenes and says, look, if Roman doesn't sign off on the interviews, you can't do them. Pretty much, you can't make a move without Roman Reigns saying you can make a move. Now, my issue with that is that if Jey Uso was being rebellious, right, and he wasn't completely falling in line, then yeah, I would suspect Roman to act that way, to pretty much keep him in check or put him in check and let him know, look, this is how it goes, right? But with his actions against Daniel Bryan last week, saying he's with them, embracing that full heel turn, so it appeared, I would have liked this episode for Jey Uso to actually be in the back with Roman Reigns, to be isolated from the rest of the locker room, because at the end of the day, all Uso needs is his family. I would have liked that. And I would have liked, if you wanted to get to the Kevin Owens and Jey Uso match, just have Kevin Owens come knock on Roman Reigns' door and say, hey, I want to talk to Jey. We're going to be partners at Survivor Series. I need to talk to him. And then let the insults happen from there at the doorway, which will lead to the match later on that night. But you ended SmackDown last week with Jey and Roman on the same page. So I would have liked to see them start off this SmackDown with Jey and Roman on the same page, okay? So Jey Uso did go on later on in the night to defeat Kevin Owens in a one-on-one match. And he used some underhanded tactics. He had a nice distraction from Roman Reigns where the music dropped, and he was able to hit Kevin Owens with a low blow to allow him to hit that Uso splash, which further his heel turn. So if Jey, like I said before, is embracing his heel turn, I would expect Roman to treat him more like a friend and not a foe. More like family and not just like a worker or a peasant or someone that is that's so low in the pecking order. So I'm happy that the storyline is continuing and it's continuing to grow, and they didn't mess it up or anything like that. I like the fact that Jey is actually improving in singles matches his matches are getting better and better, even with different talents. With Roman Reigns, he had a good match. Daniel Bryan, he had an awesome match. Kevin Owens, this match was really good. I think this has been one of Kevin Owens' better matches in a while, actually. His past few matches have been pretty lackluster to me, but this Jey Uso match was actually pretty good. So we did get to see a clear picture of the SmackDown's men's and women's Survivor Series team. We had Corbin going over Rey Mysterio. Rey Mysterio seemed really distracted from everything that's going on outside of the ring, and that showed in his performance in the ring. And it was actually a Leah Murphy coming down, which kind of cost Rey Mysterio that match just when he started to gain a little offensive stride. The outside interference of his family and what's going on in his personal life has affected him in this match, and he will not be on the Survivor Series team. I'm not sure where they're going to go with this. I'm not sure where they're going to go with this at all. We did see a segment where Murphy appear to, be coming back to Rollins, or maybe, I guess, trying to pull a wool over Rollins' eyes. I'm not sure, because Rollins ended up advancing over Otis to make the Survivor Series teams with help from Murphy, actually. Murphy jumped on the apron just when Otis looked to be putting Rollins away, which allowed Rollins an opening to hit that curb stomp. He appears to be the Murphy of old by, helping Seth Rollins out, but he did tell Liv backstage, "Trust me, I got it, just trust me." So we'll have to see exactly where that story goes and how they're going to shape that into place. But on the women's side of Survivor Series, Ruby Riott defeated Natalya and Selena Vega in a triple threats match. Natalya once again did not advance. I feel like Natalya is that person who kind of hit her stride and hit her prime really early, and they were like, okay, we're going to wait. We're going to advance Charlotte right now, but we're going to get to you next. And they just never really got to that long Natalya run. And I feel like now it's like she's more so passing the torch to everyone else, and still has not gotten her long title run like she deserves. Hopefully they get to that before Natalya's career is over, or she just becomes more of a trainer, or someone that should be in the position of passing the torch, because right now she has a lot left in the tank. So hopefully they get to that sooner than later. So the rest of the SmackDown card will be posted in the description down below, but let's really get into some storylines. I have an interesting take on this Jey Uso and Roman Reigns storyline, because right now, if Roman continues to treat Jey like this, he's going to eventually start to rebel. He's going to turn back to that Jey Uso old, because he's pretty much just getting bullied and bossed around. And even though he has to fall in line, that's not how, one wants to be treated. So I think the Survivor Series picture will tell us a lot about what's going to happen with Jey Uso and Roman Reigns going forward. But I believe once Jimmy come back around, December, January, I believe it's going to make this picture a lot more clear of what's actually going down. I'll be doing another video where I'll actually be comparing Roman Reigns to Thanos, because if we want to admit it or not, he is the Thanos of WWE right now, and I think they accidentally has built themselves a megastar. The last megastar being John Cena, but I think they made the mistake by turning Roman Reigns back to a heel, and now he is the talk of the wrestling world. So I think they may have made a mistake there. Now the SmackDown Women's title, clearly we're going to get Carmella and Sasha Banks, right? But where does that leave everyone else? Billie is not going to, be just sitting around and just waiting. So I think what we're going to actually get is a nice storyline between Billie and Bianca Belair. I think that will be Bianca's Belair push to getting to that next step, to getting closer to the women's title. And I wouldn't be surprised if we seen Belair actually win the Women's Royal Rumble. So we had Lars Sullivan do an interview with Michael Cole this week. Now last week he was with Corey Graves, and he had his shirt on, a collar shirt, and I'm like, okay, that looks nothing like this monster that they present to us in the ring. So this week they decided, you know what, he needs to look a bit more vicious. What do? Just take off his shirt completely. What is going on? Like, Why would that be a thing? How uncomfortable is Michael Cole sitting there with a Lars Sullivan who appears to be, naked from the top down? What kind of interview is this? Like, what is going on? Let's be honest. Give Lars Sullivan a mouthpiece. Give him a manager that can talk and do everything for him. Let a manager paint this picture of his childhood and everything he's going through internally. Let someone who can actually talk do that, because Lars, his childhood seemed like a joke from being bullied as a kid until he got, I guess, super strong. And every segment he does just seems to get worse and worse and worse. You need to definitely pair that guy with somebody that can articulate what is going on inside Lars' head. All right, but that does it for us for SmackDown this week. We'll be looking to see how the advancements continue to take place. I'll be back with you all in 1 week's time. Until then, please enjoy your weekends. We have a lot of good wrestling coming up. Please make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. Turn on your notifications so that you get alerts every time we drop a video, because we will be dropping more videos and starting a new segment pretty soon. So I do not want you guys to miss that. All right, I'm Kato, signing out. Peace.